Well, hello everybody. My name is Roy Cohen, and I'm in charge of what I feel is a very sad show. Usually over the past 30 some odd years of doing this program, it's always been on an upbeat, say something nice type of a situation. Never have I been faced with the chore that I have before me today. I have before me, actually I want to read this sign. This sign says, "How lucky we are to have friends who make saying goodbye so hard." And the one we're saying goodbye to with much difficulty is Jeff Pickette. Jeff?
Roy, thank you.
Goodbye.
And good night. Thank you, everybody, for tuning
in. Good night, Chet.
Yeah.
Jeff has been the program and news director at Stoughton Media Access since September 2013. And prior to coming to SMAC, Jeffrey launched the local website, Stoughton Patch, which was really gutsy, and he did a great job with it. He gathered the local news and put it in print, and people were then starting to find out what was going on in Stoughton. Does that sound right so far?
So far, so good.
And he served as its editor for 3 years, and he grew up in Stoughton. He graduated from Stoughton High School in 2006. And then following his graduation from Brandeis University in 2010, he returned. He came back to cover his hometown. And now, this is sad. After 9 years working in Stoughton, including the last 6 here at SMAC, Jeffrey has been hired by the Lowell Public Schools to be their community outreach strategist. And he joins us today to look back on his Stoughton career. This will be Jeffrey's final appearance on one of the shows here, because he's gone after this, and it's a very sad situation. Very recently, there was a party held in his honor, and it was just amazing who was here and the very positive comments that he had presented to him, and including I believe the superintendent of schools summed it up by saying, "Leave your shoes." Did he say that?
Yes.
And that you had left very large shoes to fill, and how true it is, having worked with you all this time. You've been a tremendous asset with my show. You've been a tremendous asset with a lot of people. As of last night, I was amazed at how many people really love you and will miss you. You're a great guy, and I think we'll start off by having you tell us about your career in Stoughton with Patch, with SMAC.
Sure.
And with anything you want to talk about.
Sure. Well, Roy, thank you for having me on, and I appreciate it. And I want to put a positive spin on this, because this is positive. It's difficult for me to leave Stoughton because I love Stoughton, but this is a great opportunity for me to go to Lowell. It's a really exciting opportunity. Their school district is growing right now, and they're looking to increase their outreach in the community, and I'm really excited to be able to take the skills that I successfully used here and to bring it up there and to help their school district and their community. And I'll always be part of Stoughton, and this will always be home for me. And whether I'm physically here or just supporting the town from afar, you're always a black knight, as they say. So it's so I appreciate your very kind words, but I don't look at it as sad so much as it's the beginning of a new chapter, and the end of a really successful one that I'm extremely grateful for all of the support that I've received here for the last 9 years working, including the last 6 at SMAC. you asked, this was a long roundabout way to answer your question, but you asked about talking about my career here. And so I graduate college and I studied journalism in school, and I'm, of course, looking for a job. And I see on an online posting they're hiring editors for a website called Patch.
Mm-hmm.
The closest one that was in this area was in Franklin. So I actually applied to be the Franklin Patch editor. There, at least during my tenure and the last time I checked, there is no Franklin Patch, still to this day. I applied, but I also wrote them a letter saying that I think that Stoughton needs one, and I think I would be a good choice to be the editor. So I was hired, and I have to thank Stoughton resident Michael Hardman, who was my first boss, and he was at Patch, and he's the one who brought me on board there. And that was a great 3-year experience, and really learned so much about the community. And I was fortunate enough to be able to come over here to SMAC in September of 2013, as you mentioned, and be able to transform from more of a reporting and print-based job to videoing the town and capturing the town through video and putting programming on the television channels. And it's been such a wonderful experience here. And there's so many people here to thank, and I'll get to that at the end. But I've just enjoyed this experience and being able to cover the town. I think that it's important in either job. I always like to keep a positive approach to the town.
Good.
And that doesn't mean that you ignore the other things going on, but if you solely focus on the negative, then I think that that's an inaccurate picture of what the town is and a disservice to the town. So it always was a goal of mine to focus on the good. And that's why I enjoyed covering the school so much and covering the special events in town, because that's where the good is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important to highlight that. I always said that in your publication, if the only pictures of people that you see are mugshots, then you're failing at your job as a journalist.
Sure.
Because there's plenty of other pictures out there. And I'm proud to say that in my time here, there were plenty of pictures that were not mugshots that were shared.
Yeah, that's one thing for sure, that if anybody who turns on the channel and something's going on in Stoughton, you were there for it. I mean, you were everywhere. It's amazing how you were able to be at these different places and put the shows together, because there's a lot more to producing a show. The shows that you're involved with, there's a lot of editing in order to make it come out good and to be able to have a positive viewpoint. You really succeeded in that.
Thank you.
And very jealous of your talents, but I wish I had the time and the energy to be able to follow in your footsteps. But unfortunately, this is just a part-time gig for me that I enjoy doing.
Well, it's an important one, though, and our station's built on volunteers like Roy coming in here and doing a show, and without you, our channel would be empty, and without producers like yourself who come in here. And so I'd like to say anybody watching this program, if you're thinking about doing a television show, it's easier than it looks. Come on down, get involved, and you can do something like this very easily. And
Right.
This is a community-run station, and there's a very supportive staff here that will assist you.
I also find it very satisfying. I'm in here on a weekly basis on a Thursday putting a show together that I hope to make it smooth, so there's a minimal of editing, and it goes on that night, so I'm pretty successful in that area. And it's just great. It's very satisfying and a little stressful, but that's okay.
Well, what I like about your show is I always look at it, it's like the gateway from the Stoughton community to our station, because whether it's notable residents or it's department heads or other employees from the town or board members, your show by and large is the place where they come and they are able to have a forum
Right.
to discuss the issues of the day. And I think that that's incredibly important to do, and to be able to turn on your TV and see local programming.
Right.
So that's why your show is always near the top of my list.
Oh, thank you. We're equal there. But enough about me. This isn't about me. This is about you, sir. And you're making a big move to Lowell. Are you picking up everything and going?
That remains to
I mean, you're not keeping the apartment open here in Stoughton just in case.
I'm going to look to relocate to the Lowell area.
Okay.
I believe that just like I was involved in this community and a part of this community, I feel that in order to be successful at my next job, I want to be part of the Lowell community, and I want to be near there and going to their restaurants, meeting the residents and the employees outside of just regular work hours. I mean, some of my favorite things was running into people at the local diners here, the local restaurants. I frequented the restaurants here a lot, and I enjoy being able to have conversations with people in a casual setting, and so I feel like that's important, and so I definitely in the near future will be looking to go up to Lowell. But my parents still live here in Stoughton, and there'll be plenty of reasons to visit Stoughton, and I want to be able to see the first basketball game at the new high school, first band concert at the new auditorium. So I'll be making my way back to Stoughton every now and then. Yes,
that will make a lot of people very happy.
Yes.
Do you have any favorite shows or things that you were involved with over the years? I mean, talking about last 6 years.
Oh, sure. There are several really special projects that I feel were just they were so fun to work on because they were so challenging, and at the end when they went successfully, it was very gratifying to see them through. We did a lip dub video at the high school, so like a lip sync video. It aired on this channel literally hundreds of times, and it was several hundred faculty and students at Stoughton High School lip syncing to various songs through the hallways, and it was so fun to be able to put that together, see the school spirit, and it captured the school spirit. That was featured on the WBZ Evening News.
Oh, really?
And the Fox 25 Morning News. Picked up on it. It was one of those things that went viral. That was fun. I loved a documentary series I worked on with CJ Mullen, who works here at SMAC. We chronicled the Stoughton High football team during the 2016 fall season, which was the last season on the former field before they tore it up to build a new high school. And we really went in depth with that. We went to all the summer training sessions, the practices. We even went to the players had a Madden tournament at one of the players' homes. We went to that and filmed it. We were really like a part of the team, and that was so fun to put together a 7-episode series. Recently, the spelling bees that we do, the 5th grade all-school spelling bee, I love that. Be able to bring all the 5th graders to the high school auditorium, live television under the lights, competing to be the best speller in the whole community. So those are some of my favorite big projects that worked on. Also, I should mention election night with one of the community forum hosts, Joseph Easter. He and I co-hosted that program for 6 years now.
Did a great job with it also.
Thank you. And that was always it's live television, and you have no idea what's going to happen because more or less some of those, even like a spelling bee, you don't know how the kids are going to spell the word, but more or less the evening is scripted. There's kids coming up to a microphone, they're spelling words, and it's controlled. And election night's a completely uncontrolled.
It was very professional to watch. I mean, you had people stationed at the right places to send up the information to you, and you were busy with your calculator and figuring out who's got how many votes.
That's actually a great example to show how the it's more than what you just see on TV.
Right.
So Joseph and I are there as the hosts.
With the support staff.
But behind the scenes, Christine Iacobucci downstairs, getting the results. Last year was Aaron Lockhart, getting the results from the town clerk's office. They send it upstairs to, over the years, it's been CJ Mullen, Jackie Hausman, Eric Stenkiewicz. They've all been in the control room, calculating the results, getting the graphics ready, letting us know when the graphics are ready so we could share the results with the audience at home. It's really a team effort. Very proud of that. And again, when you turn on the TV, you just see two guys in a suit and tie, and think it's simple. But something like that a lot of work goes into it.
Well, that's true of any show you might want to
and
watch.
that's why I want to say, I think it's symbolic of what the work is here. You look at a show like yours, and you have a director, you have a camera person, you always get your hosts and your guests in line. There's
a lot
of
to
effort.
it.
Yeah,
A lot to it.
Yeah.
Well, mine's a lot simpler than what you're talking about with the others. I mean, I watch, if you watch the Today Show, for example, in their promotion at the beginning, they show you the control room. I mean, this is huge. I mean, there's an awful lot that goes into it to put out a decent show. With the stuff that you've been doing, it's the same thing. You've got the support staff, and you have them all trained and all that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now what? That's the thing that I'm concerned about.
I wouldn't be concerned. I think that SMAC has a great staff. I've already mentioned CJ Mullen, who I work with.
Right.
And I can jump ahead to some of the thank yous right now because Michael Hammond, the station manager, has been so supportive of me over the last 6 years. He stepped into the station manager role about a month before I came on board.
Right.
And so the two of us come on, and fairly new to public access, and I feel that we helped repair reputation of the station, and this station I think has a good reputation in the community.
Excellent.
And Michael's always been so, like I said, so supportive, and Dave Young, who's the mainstay here. Dave has been here forever and is so welcoming, and he helps every producer that comes through the doors, and new people, and training them. And so, now with CJ, who we were fortunate to bring on board about, I want to say 4 years ago now, the four of us made a good team, and the three of them are going to continue to excel here.
I hope that they can do it without you.
I'll be supporting them from afar.
I hope so.
Yes.
And please send us links and stuff of what you're involved with up there.
Sure.
So we can spread it out.
Sure.
Do you have any, I don't know if you've really mentioned it, but any favorite moments besides meeting me?
Well, that was near the top of my list.
Right.
Favorite moments. I always loved covering the sports games. I'm a huge sports fan, and there's just a few over the years that were, even though it's at the high school level, they were just as good as any pro game you could watch. It was just a real thrilling run. Some of those playoff runs that the teams have been on. The boys basketball team at Stoughton High went to the Boston Garden 2012. It was such a fun team to cover. The Stoughton High football team in the fall of 2013 made it a game away from going to Gillette Stadium. They played a Division III Southwest final at Oliver Ames, which was their arch rival at the time. It was a thrilling game. So I always enjoyed spending my Friday nights either at a football field or in the basketball gym covering boys or girls hoops.
That's nice. I see that you were the first Mr. SHS.
Yes.
I never heard of that. What's a Mr. SHS?
So Mr. SHS is more or less a mock of a pageant, and 8 to 10 members of the senior class, boys, will go up on stage and compete in a competition to be named Mr. SHS. And it started my senior year. It was the first year they've done it, and they've done it ever since. And I've since been back I've judged the competition. I've obviously filmed and covered it, and it's always a hoot to watch. There's a casual wear portion, a formal wear, and a talent portion.
No bikini?
No, thankfully. The talent, I didn't really have a talent, so I lip synced to Sweet Caroline.
Oh, nice.
And at the time, that was a fairly new thing at
We
Fenway
should have
Park.
you give us a sample of
Yeah.
that. No, I won't do that to
I
you.
don't think we're prepared.
No.
That was so much fun. Totally stepping out of character to do something like that for me. So it's been my claim to fame too over the last several years. It's funny. My sister Samantha, she's been a guest on this program.
Correct.
She won the science fair, I think 3 out of 4 years at Stoughton High School.
Really?
She won the state science fair a couple times. She won the regional science fair several times. My Mr. SHS trophy is bigger, like height-wise, width-wise, than
Yeah.
any of she has some serious accomplishments, and this thing is huge.
Was she jealous?
I don't think so.
No, she must be proud of you.
Yeah.
That's great. The cable channel, I think you've kind of alluded to it. How important is it to the community?
This public access is vital to the community. As local news coverage is scaled down in print especially, we're your source to keep track of the government and to watch, be a watchdog on how your tax dollars are being spent. And in addition to that, we're an outlet for people to express themselves, to create their own shows, to connect with the community. And as you may have read in the papers, the FCC may be debating how the funding model is going to be for local access. It's really important to keep local access the way it is and to keep it a vibrant place for the community to utilize, whether it be producing a show directly or just consuming the content that is produced here. And I think this station's a successful one, and I want to see it going because it's needed.
I wish there was a way to measure who's watching.
Well, I always wanted that too. We don't have Nielsen ratings, but I'd like to have seen. I would like to have seen that. But we get good sense of YouTube. How many people are watching something when we post something on YouTube, or how much traction something gets, on Facebook or Twitter or some other social media platform that we upload something to. So I think that while we don't have a good gauge of exactly who's watching the television, mm-hmm. we could get a sense in other ways to be able to tell how our programs are doing.
Yeah, by the comments.
Right.
I've seen a lot of comments. Lately, or the last 6 months or so, we've been employing screenshots that Michael makes for us, and I'm doing a little write-up about the present show. People comment about it right away. I mean, and I'm learning, you've taught me about the Stoughton, was it Enthusiasts?
Yep, Stoughton Enthusiasts, Stoughton News.
They're watching it.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign. It's absolutely a good sign. So there's hope. I mean, the work that you've put into it is bearing fruit, and you should be congratulated.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. I have, I think I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. I think that we need to show a couple of proclamations. And maybe Selectman Michael Sullivan was here, and he had a very nice proclamation that he presented. Maybe we can take a look at that.
I think I speak for everybody. Congratulations, Jeff. Congratulations on your new position with the city of Lowell. It's the city's gain, and it's the town's loss. I've had the pleasure of going to high school with you and sort of seeing you evolve from Mr. Black Knight all the way to Mr. SMAC here over the past decade plus, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Seeing your dedication, seeing your commitment to Stoughton. This morning I was kind of thinking about you leaving and maybe the right words to say, and it's so tough to put it in words. I was thinking about appreciation. All of us, we go through our life and we want to be appreciated. We want to be appreciated by our spouses, by our kids, by our bosses, coworkers. I think for you, the entire town really, truly appreciates everything that you've done. You've put in countless hours, years into your craft, and you've really set just an example for everybody at SMAC and the town for, what local news coverage really should be. It's been an absolute pleasure, working with you over the past few years and having you cover all of the events. And I cannot say it more clearly. This town truly appreciates everything that you've done. Everybody here truly appreciates everything that you've done. On behalf of the Board of Selectmen, I'd like to present you with a citation. So if you guys would all indulge me, I'll read it. For the town of Stoughton, this citation is presented to Jeffrey Pickette in grateful recognition of your lasting contributions to the town of Stoughton as the Program and News Director for Stoughton Media Access Corporation. With creativity and dedication, you tirelessly brought Stoughton's local news and public events into our homes. As a lifelong resident of the town, you informed the residents by using your knowledge of Stoughton and professionalism as a journalist. You ranged from covering live election results to sporting events, parades, school closings, and all things local to Stoughton. As an active citizen of the town, you set an example of excellence for community access television. Now, therefore, Robert O'Regan, Michael T. Sullivan, Christine Howe, Stephen Cavey, and Joseph McCrisky as the Board of Selectmen extend the gratitude and best wishes of the town for your continued happiness and success as community outreach strategist for the Lowell Public Schools. Given at Stoughton, Mass. This day, the 30th of October.
Yeah. That was very nice. Nice proclamation from the town fathers. We have one more from the superintendent of school. That's where I was able to steal that line about the empty shoes to fill. Why don't we play Dr. Marcus's remarks?
Hello, everybody. Sorry to interrupt the conversation. I'm John Marcus, the new superintendent, and I just wanted to read a little letter that Mrs. Gropey, the chairman of the school committee, and I put together to thank you for all you've done. It's called A World of Thanks to Jeffrey Pickette. Jeffrey Pickette's positive influence on the schools and community of Stoughton cannot be measured in a word, W-O-R-D, or two. His all-encompassing, undaunted, passionate reporting and supporting of all that is good in Stoughton has made a world of difference, W-O-R-L-D. That one simple difference between word and world, the letter L stands for love. Jeffrey loves this town, and we love him right back for all he does for us. Jeff, you mean the world to us. Jeff is a 2006 graduate of Stoughton High School, the first Mr. SHS, a 2010 Brandeis University graduate and former reporter for the Stoughton Patch, who has served as the Programming and News Director for Stoughton Media Access for 6 years. In his role as the town's documentarian, Jeff's hard work and dedication have been reflected in many significant projects with the Stoughton Public Schools, including a long list, get ready. Videos of the groundbreaking and ribbon cutting for the new high school, turning off the lights event in the old building, countless school committee and building committee meetings, 5th grade spelling bees, SHS graduations, senior class nights, scholarship nights, proms, National Honor Society inductions, countless concerts and theatrical productions, science fairs, the actual Mr. SHS events, the SHS video yearbook, pep rallies, graduating senior walk, and more. Jeff has supported the SHS and OMS TV production programs, including work on SHS This Month, the SHS Lip Dub, and various broadcasts. Jeff also recorded videos of and shared social media about Stoughton athletics, including games, awards, ceremonies, season previews, and highlights. His award-winning Us, We, Together Forever football documentary remains a hallmark of journalistic excellence. Wherever there is an event, we have come to expect Jeffrey to be there. He is part of the fabric of our town. His contributions to Stoughton's civic sphere also include moderating debates and forums for local elections, producing live election coverage on SMAC, starting SMAC Kids Crew program to bring young kids in to learn video production. Jeffrey, on behalf of the Stoughton Public Schools, we thank you for your extraordinary contributions to your beloved hometown and recognize your accomplishments inside and beyond the walls of our schools, especially your 9 years of outstanding service to our community through your journalistic and public relations efforts. We wish you the continued success in the future and simply ask that you leave your shoes behind, as they are going to be impossible to fill.
Well, what do you think, Jeff? Those are two very nice proclamations presented to a very worthy individual. What do you think?
Oh, thank you. That was incredibly humbling and totally unexpected to receive those kind words, and it just really it was hard to stay composed during that. It was so nice. Yesterday, we're filming on a Thursday. The day before we're filming, there was a little goodbye celebration here, and that's where the proclamations and the letter was read. And I have to thank Michael Hammond again, and also my friend Christine Iacobucci, who worked with me at Patch for organizing this going away party. And it was so nice to see so many people that I had worked with in a professional capacity and become friendly with over the last 6 to 9 years, depending on when I met them. And it was and to have Michael Sullivan from the board and Dr. Marcus, superintendent, take time out of their day to come and express appreciation really meant a lot.
You're worth it.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely.
I mean, I think that the Stoughton public school system right now is in absolutely excellent hands. And I'm not just saying that because he's had nice words about me. I think that Dr. Marcus is like a generational type of hire, and I think he's going to do wonders with the school system. And there's so many good people that work here and are make this town a great place to live. And that's what made me so passionate about this place, was that it was that element that people care about each other, they step up for each other. And it's a support system, and I'm certainly going to miss that. And I'm very excited to get started in Lowell and to make make my path there, and to be part of a growing school district there. But like I said at the beginning of the show, I will always support Stoughton, and it will be a black night.
You won't forget us.
Oh, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I want to first of all, I want to thank you for having me on the program.
It's my pleasure. It was a deep honor.
It was apparently you have to leave here in order to be able to be a guest on Community Forum.
No, not really.
No, it was. I really appreciate the time. I want to be able to thank several people, and this is a great platform to be able to do that. Your show, I've made some of the closest friends here during my time at SMAC. Yourself and your hosts, Joe Feaster and Steve Kelly.
Hi, Jeff. I'm glad to be here to celebrate all of your successes and wishing you a great future in Lowell. Hopefully you'll be able to bring them 1/10 of what you brought this community. You did a great job. I appreciate all the things you taught me about the industry, and just hoping the best for you, that you have soft landings forever.
Steve hosted many other projects that I worked on, including Hometown Business, and they're both great individuals. And,
sure are.
And Adam Dawkins when he hosted, and Sandra Gropey.
Hey Jeff, Sandra Gropey from the Stoughton School Committee and your friend. Good luck with everything. I'm gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you in the schools. And don't forget to come back and visit. Love you, bye.
I can't not mention Leo McGowan, who, it was so nice to see Leo yesterday at the party, and we continue to wish him well, and a continued recovery, and he's Leo's one of my all-time favorite people.
I wish I could go with you, but I can't. I wish you all the welcome in the world, and so Roy put me up to getting up here. Anyway, good luck, good love,
Your show Thursday mornings just kind of meant community forum and a bagel platter, and
Yeah.
and lots of good socialization and good programming, and I will miss Thursday mornings here. I certainly helped out a little bit with the shows here, but the shows like United for a Healthy Stoughton with Stephanie Patton, that's been going on 4 years now, and love to be able to help Stephanie highlight the great work that she does as the prevention coordinator here in the town of Stoughton. And she really does great work through the Oasis Coalition,
Right.
Keeping Stoughton youth healthy and making good decisions. And that was a great show to work on.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Patton. I'm the prevention coordinator for the town of Stoughton, and I have my own show, United for a Healthy Stoughton, that Jeffrey has been producing with me for a number of years. And I've had the privilege of working with Jeff Pickette since I came to Stoughton back in 2012, and it's been amazing. And I don't know what we're going to do without Jeff. He's incredible, and he really is Mr. Stoughton. He's so positive. I really love, I sort of share his philosophy around sharing all the good things that happen in Stoughton, and I really appreciate him. He will be missed, so good luck, Jeff, and we're going to miss you.
And Get Fresh with Sharon Fracken and Carlos Vargas. You were involved in that at the beginning, and,
Yep.
and Sharon and Carlos are fantastic people. And
So I'm Sharon Fradkin. I'm the host and co-producer of Get Fresh, the Stoughton's cooking show. And Jeff and CJ have been unbelievable. I do a lot of hands on the cooking show too. But Jeff has done something that really made a difference in Stoughton. He has brought the community together. He reached out in so many areas to so many people with so many ideas, and he has made a big difference in Stoughton. Stoughton's kind of a unified place now, and it always wasn't. And I've lived here maybe 45 or more years, maybe 50. I feel much happier being in town than I did 40, 50 years ago. And a lot of that has to do with Jeff and the efforts at SMAC. So thank you, Jeff. We will miss you. Mwah.
And they brought in so many great guest chefs, and also Laura McDougall, who was involved in the show for the first few seasons, and loved filming that. It used to be a secret, it's not anymore. I filmed the show at Pam Carr, who is the most welcoming of hosts,
Right.
and rolls out the red carpet for her as literally a TV crew shows up at her kitchen, and we set up and film there, and that's always fun because anytime you get to eat after
Sure.
filming, it's a good day. Gary Highlander with History with Highlander. Love working on that program. I studied journalism. I always wanted to go into journalism, but my degree at Brandeis was actually in history. So I at least feel I get to put my degree to use when I work with Gary on putting together great programs, and so I'm gonna miss working with all of them, and of course just people who've been here since day one, other volunteer producers. Like Frank Walsh and Mike Wigdor.
I think we need to get the hard part out of the way right away. I never liked you. You've known that. So having said that, let me get to what I really want to say. But I want to wish you well in where you're going to go, Jeff. My shows are probably not going to be the same without you. They'll probably be a little bit better. And I know that where you're going, you are going to leave a mark, just like you did here at SMAC. And if you can bring that enthusiasm, that passion, and that work ethic to Lowell that you exemplified here in SMAC, Lowell is going to be in for one hell of a guy, because you know what? That's what you are.
Jeff, sorry to see you go, Jeff. Real surprised to find out that you got another job in Lowell. But I'm sure you'll do a fabulous job working in the public schools there, because you did a fabulous job for Stoughton. And I just want to thank you so much for helping me through the years with my sports rap show and with real life, especially a lot of the many suggestions you made really helped me to evolve the show, sports rap and real life. And I also consider you a great friend, Jeff, so 6 years is a long time to form a bond, so I wish you the best of luck. Congratulations, and I will see you down the road.
Roxanne Morris, who put together such great programming with sports rap and real life and talking tunes. Frank Mendoza is also involved in the real life program. And I can't believe I forgot Gina Coe from, Gina is amazing and so talented. And Gina was your director for many years, and she's still involved in the station. And
Jeff, I just want to say congratulations on your new venture in life, and I know you're going to do a great job. We are all going to miss you so much here, and I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for me, your guidance, all the help that you've given me through the years, and the fact that I'm actually in front of the camera right now will show you exactly what you mean to me. So I'm proud to call you a friend, and please stay in touch.
She's so talented and has such a good eye for television production.
Yeah, right.
I worked on many projects with her as well outside of the studio, and, including hometown businesses. And Steve Kelly even had a tiny house festival once at Trackside Plaza. And Gina and I on a Saturday morning went down and filmed that and just had a blast checking out houses. I mean, our studio right here is about 2 or 3 times the size of just this room right here.
Sure.
Of what these tiny houses were. These were 100 square foot spaces that people somehow lived in.
Every inch was taken up.
Every inch was utilized. No wasted space in those things. I mentioned the election coverage earlier, and I have to thank Mark Snyder, who was always a part of that as well, with the debates that we used to do in the studio with the candidates. The live debates are always fun to participate in those. And Mark and I go way back. He was a columnist for me at Stoughton Patch and was a big part of my success there as well. And it was nice to be able to stay in touch with him all these years and have him back here at SMAC for the debates. There's so many people to thank, and I almost feel like this is an Oscar speech that has run on far too long, but there's some people over at the school side I just want to mention. Kevin Bechet, who's the video production teacher there, runs a great program, and by virtue of what he does over at the high school, we work very closely together, and I really enjoyed that experience. And Jean Ostroff, who does the community relations at the school, we work very closely together, and she does a wonderful job getting the word out to the families at the Stoughton Public Schools.
Hey Jeff, it's Jean Ostroff from the Stoughton Public Schools. I'm really going to miss working with you. You and I have spent almost 6 years together calling off snow days when the superintendent told us to, tweeting, retweeting, Facebooking everything that the schools do that you've recorded or I've recorded. And you've just been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to working with you in the Lowell schools indirectly through our network group of communications specialists. So break a leg, good luck, and thank you very much.
Julie Miller, the high school principal, and Matt Colantonio, the middle school principal. There's just so many that it's such, the Stoughton Public Schools always made me feel welcome and a part of their family, even though I wasn't technically a staff member there. Something else I have to mention about Dave Young is that I'm his sidekick at all the town parades, and whether it be Veterans Day or Memorial Day or July 4th, Dave and I are out there filming those parades and enjoying it, and I love that community spirit about Dave, and I enjoyed spending those holidays with him. Also have to mention Ryan Donahue, the Stoughton High Athletic Director. I mentioned already how much I enjoy covering all the Stoughton High sporting events, and Ryan has been so supportive, and we've worked so well together over the years that I definitely want to thank him.
You have been such an asset to this town and are a huge reason why it has so much momentum, and I hope that you understand that, and I hope that you know how much we are all going to miss you and your effort that you put into this town. Do not forget where you come from. Hopefully we'll be calling you in a couple of years to get you back down here. No, I mean, I couldn't wish you more luck and success. You're one of the hardest working guys I know, and just a great all-around person, and it's just been a pleasure working with you. You bailed me out a number of times. Hopefully I've done the same for you, and I hope that you find some great people to work with that are deserving of your company and of your work ethic up in Lowell. And just know we'll be thinking about you. We'll be wishing you well. And don't forget to say Go Black Knights up there. Thanks, Jeff.
I also have to thank the Stoughton Media Access Board of Directors, John Stagnone, Stephen Bates, Bob Mullen, Alan Mills, John Malley. They've all been here through my duration, my employment at Stoughton Media Access, and have always been supportive. And they took a chance on me. I was a known entity from Stoughton Patch, but I didn't have cable access experience, and so they took a gamble on me 6 years ago that I would be able to translate the skills that I had and make it work here. And so I'm forever grateful for that, and the fact that they put a lot of trust in me. And as I was only, I think, 25 years old when I came here, so I'm forever grateful for that and for their support over the last 6 years.
He's a one-of-a-kind person. What he's done for SMAC, he's actually helped us immensely to make SMAC what it is today. And part of what we see with SMAC today is because of Jeffrey Pickette. And I can't say enough superlatives about this gentleman. He is a one-of-a-kind, works extremely hard, and it's a real loss not only for SMAC but for the town of Stoughton. He's been endeared to the community, and this evening here we have a number of people that are just absolutely ecstatic to come and do this testimonial to Jeff. Again, Jeff, good luck for everything in the future. I really appreciate everything you've done for your community, and I hope your success in the future, I'm sure, is a bright one because you're such an energetic and hard worker. And thanks for all that you have done with us. Thank you so much.
Hey, I just want to reach out to Jeff and say, Jeff, we're going to miss you here. I remember when we hired you, you hit the ground running, very knowledgeable guy, just took over the entire place here and just knew what to do, how to do it, and did it very well. Obviously, we saw the crowd here today wishing you well. We're all going to miss you. The town's going to miss you. We wish you fantastic luck. I'm sure you do very well up in the city of Lowell. And don't forget us in Stoughton. So when you get to be a very large, well-known person up there and across the state and country, come back to Stoughton and say hi once in a while. Good luck, Jeff. And we're really going to look forward to your successes in the future.
Jeff, I agree with your comments about the board of directors. They're very supportive individuals. I've been to their meetings, and they're strictly for this organization, and it shows by the results of what we have, what you talked about, and the love that people have for the station. It all starts at the top, and you're talking about the board of directors, Michael Hammond, yourself, great people. It makes it worth coming in here on Thursdays, for sure. And I also I think that their generosity in putting on that party with all the food and everything else that they put was what a surprise, and it was great. It
was great, and they provided so much food. We could have fed an army. And,
sure.
Again, the outpouring of support. Even I just have to give just a special shout out, a mention to Chris and Julina Federico from No Dust, No Fuss, who keep this place spotless. They donated 5 pizzas yesterday, so to the celebration. I mean, it's just really the amount of people that have come forward and to thank me, to just show their appreciation is so humbling. It's really something I'm going to forever cherish.
You're very deserving.
Now, obviously have to get to the SMAC staff. The SMAC staff has been incredible. It's a family. There's only 4 of us that do this job on a full-time basis, and I also have to include our two part-timers who do the meetings at night, because we wouldn't be able to do it without them. So Jackie Hausman and Eric Stankevich do the meetings at night, and they're diligent and conscientious and keep keep us afloat, and there's a lot of meetings. If there's one request I have going out, it's that they can scale down how many meetings there are, because there's, and we film a lot of them, probably about a dozen different boards we're airing on our government channel. And Eric and Jackie film the bulk of those meetings, and they could be anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, and they do great work. And I mentioned Dave Young, who has been here from the beginning, and a great teacher, a great mentor, good friend. He is very welcoming. Michael is also a great friend, Michael Hammond, our station manager, and he and I, we see eye to eye on so many things. It's so easy to work with him, and he has a good eye for detail. Really enjoy that, and we've worked on several projects together, and it's always fun to. I always he could add levity to a situation. I mean, he's a pro at being in front of the camera. He acts and directs in so many plays, and he's excellent at those. If you haven't seen a production of his, you should. He's very a calming presence, because nothing really gets to him nerves-wise. So it can be there can be fires all around you, and he's just kind of let's do it. And so that's so it's really been a pleasure working with Michael.
Hi, my name is Michael Hammond, Station Manager for Stoughton Media Access Corporation. I would like to wish Jeff Pickette the best of luck. I know he doesn't need it. He is so motivated and so hardworking, and the city of Lowell is so lucky to have him. I was grateful to work with Jeff every day. I knew that every day with Jeff was a gift, and that it wouldn't last forever. He is far too talented to keep in one place, and he just has to keep moving on and growing and doing all he can for whichever position he takes on. So I wish him the best of luck. We will miss him here, and hopefully we can partially fill his shoes. He did the work of 3 men, so we do have to fill 3 pairs of shoes, not just 1. Congratulations, Jeff, and best of luck.
With Michael. And then CJ Mullen started here as an intern, and he was so good that we kept him on board as an employee. And CJ and I have spent so many hours at events working on things together, sports games and concerts and everything in between. And that the documentary I explained, and we were with each other 10 hours a day for 8 months in a row. And so he's great to work with and has so much talent and so much skill. And so the SMAC's in good hands, and the SMAC family is it's tough for me to leave, but it's they're great. And finally, I want to thank you, the viewers. You always welcomed me into your homes. You always were kind to me and open and welcoming in public. Enjoyed talking with you at sports games or concerts or at the local restaurants, running into you, talking town politics, the high school, just what was going on in town. I appreciate that you trusted me to deliver news, and that you took me seriously, and that that really means a lot. That I was able to earn your trust, and I worked every day to be able to keep your trust, and I'm happy that I was able to do that till the end. And I'm going to miss being a presence here at SMAC and in Stoughton, but as I said before, no matter how far I am from this town, I don't plan on ever forgetting Stoughton. Stoughton's always a part of who I am, so I'm really excited to start my next venture, and I will be back to visit soon.
You should have the same success there that you've had here.
Oh, thank you, Roy.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You've been a pleasure to have around, a pleasure to work with. And I think in conclusion, I'm going to repeat this little sign, how lucky we are to have friends who make saying goodbye so hard it's very difficult to see you go.
Well, thank you, Roy.
But you're a good guy.
Thank you so much. I
Okay,
appreciate
it's
it.
my pleasure.
Thank you, Roy.
Okay, everybody. Roy Cohen saying so long.
Okay, Peter Ventresco here. I'd like to wish Mr. Pickette good health, good fortune on his new job. I'm sure he's going to do well up there. And I don't want him to leave here and never come back. I'm going to give him a little advice to pull a Mark Snyder and come back here all the time for the parades and during the political seasons so he could co-host the shows with Mark Snyder. And we love you, Jeff. Come back, see us once in a while, and best of luck.
And as I look back on the time that I learned these skills and started doing this, I'll always think of the things I've learned from you and your example. That's it. Good luck. You'll do well. I mean, I'm not going to wish you well because you'll do well. That's a given.
You are a breath of fresh air, the ultimate, penultimate professional in any community or institution that you end up serving, whether it's volunteer or on a paid basis, is very lucky to have you. Best wishes in all your future endeavors. Again, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to work with you and a pleasure for you to work with us in the town of Stoughton.
Jeffrey, this is a bittersweet day. We are definitely going to miss you here in Stoughton, covering all the sporting events, all of the political events, town meeting, election coverage, everything, meetings at the town hall. But I want to wish you the best in your new position up in Lowell. I know you're going to do great up there. Don't be a stranger to Stoughton, and best wishes for everything, and thank you for all you've done over the past 9 years for the town of Stoughton. Thanks, Jeff. Good luck.
Hey, Jeff. It's Fred. Want to thank you for all of your years of service to the town. You have been an extraordinary person, a person whom I have immense respect for. I know that Lowell is going to be incredibly lucky to have you. I know that your career there is going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to see where you're going to end up, because I know that this is just a step in another direction for you. So thank you again for all you do. You know that we both love this town passionately, and I want to thank you again for all the work that you've done on behalf of the people of Stoughton. Thanks, Jeff. All the best to you.
Hi, Jeff. Frank Crimmins. I'm here just to congratulate you on your new position and thank you for being a great part of the Stoughton community. You are a great American, and you have made Stoughton a better place. It's very rare that someone your age can make an impact on their community the way you have. You are rare, and we are all the better for having known you. You come from a great family. You have a great future, great success. All the best to you. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. It's Nadine, and I just wanted to take a moment to just say that you have been fantastic for the town. You have been involved in so many things, made things happen, pushed things to happen. It's just been fabulous seeing everything that you've done. We're really going to miss you a lot. So I hope you're not a stranger. All right? Take care and good luck.
Jeffrey, please listen to me, what I'm about to say. I want to tell you that your capabilities outweigh my best wishes. And judging from this party, you're going to be very, very well missed. You're a great guy, and you're going to have a great job, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
All right, Jeff, I just want to thank you for all you've done. I was lucky enough to have you in 8th grade back in, it might have been early 2000s, and I know this town's really going to miss you. You've done so much for the town, and Lowell's really lucky to have you. We're going to miss you, buddy. Stay in touch.
Most importantly, I almost forgot. Thanks for helping me to appreciate sushi. I love it.
Jeff, quick note. It's good to work with you, but don't let the door hit in the ass when you leave. Thanks.